Hey everyone, welcome back to the House of Bamboo. Today I will be reviewing Aladdin Return of Jafar, or I guess if you want to call this a sequel, Aladdin 2, even though that pains me just to say that. But I hope everyone has been doing well, and if my voice sounds a little off today, I have a little bit of sore throat, so I hope that doesn't affect the video that much, but shouldn't stop me from trash talking this movie. Okay, and today's video quote is, "Believe in yourself or no one else will." Okay, so I'm sure you're wondering, wow, Boo, you're really trash talking this movie really early. And yeah, because this movie did everything that I was worried about originally from Lion King 2 that I don't want sequels to do. And they managed to do all of those things. So yeah, I'm just gonna be honest, save you guys some time. I did not like this movie. I do have a couple positives about this movie, but for the most part, I definitely didn't like this movie. So if you want to see my review and ranking, I'm sure you already know what that's gonna be like. But for this video, I'm just gonna point out the few things I like, and the rest is gonna be trash talking this movie. So if you want to see me trash talking a movie for like the rest of this video mainly, then stick around because I think this will be the first movie really on the channel that I basically spend a whole video trash talking on. So should definitely be fun. But I will admit, it is kind of like one of those movies that where it's like really bad that it's kind of funny. And there was definitely some funny Letterboxd comments, which I'll get to later, that definitely made watching this movie worth it. And it's only short, it's like an hour long. So it's not the worst thing ever, I guess. So really what I'm saying is, I guess if you're bored and you have some time, then yeah, sure, you can watch it. Okay, so going to my positives, my really only ones. I think Iago was pretty funny in the movie. I know people say his voice is really annoying, but I guess since it was only an hour, it didn't bother me too much. But if I definitely heard his voice again, it would definitely annoy me. And surprisingly, he's also the main character of the movie, which I'll get into later, which definitely caught me off guard. Since the movie has the name Aladdin in it, I thought it would be about him. But yeah, I think it was cool that they expanded on a character that didn't have that much of a role in the first movie, and we got to see more things from his perspective. So I think that was actually a really cool idea they did. But like, did we really need this? No, not really. But sticking with positives. Abu was funny too. I think Iago and Abu carried like most of the comedy in this movie. There wasn't that much, especially compared to the first one. It definitely not even close, not even remotely close to how well the comedy was in the first one. And like I said before with the first one, it was my favorite Disney movie in terms of enjoyability and comedy. Genie was kind of cool too, but he didn't really hit the same as the first one. And I think that's because they switched the voice actors from what I understand. So that probably played a factor too. And I guess for my last positive, I think it was cool that Aladdin was giving away money to the poor, stealing the give it to the poor. So I think that was pretty cool. How he's still doing some good while still being royalty, I guess. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, those are really all my positives about this movie. As you could tell, it's not that much. So rest of it is gonna be the stuff I did not like about this movie. Alright, first thing. The animation was not good, especially compared to the first one. It doesn't even look like it was made in the 90s. The first style is so much better than this. It's actually kind of crazy how the difference is literally night and day. It's just like, why even make a sequel if you're not even gonna have the same budget or make it to the same quality or extent as the first one? So that really did bother me. It really did feel like I was watching like an 80s cartoon. Like I said earlier, the comedy was not good, especially compared to the first one. It doesn't even come close, which really is a shame. Like I said, first one was definitely had some of the best Disney comedy I had, and this Lee had like no comedy at all. And that's probably because Aladdin is even the main character. Like I said, Iago is basically the main character of this movie. We barely get to see anything of Aladdin or Princess Jasmine, so it really is a shame since it's really supposed to be their movie. And the parts we did see of them really kind of hurt the characters, which I said I didn't want to see from a sequel. Which I'll give a list if you didn't see my Lion King 2 worries about it. The main rule for this is, why is a sequel needed? Is it needed? What does it expand on from the original movie? That's my main concern. Second, does it butcher any of the characters with all the great character development that it does within the original movie? And that's really it, to be honest. I don't really care if it's better than the first one. Sure, it'd be great, but most sequels don't. But it definitely has to expand onto it too, which I didn't really mention. But those are some of my main three things I want a sequel to do. And yeah, this Aladdin movie definitely filled on all of those. Because they definitely butchered the characters, like I was talking about with Aladdin's character. We have him Lion in the movie, which is very surprising because after the first movie, Lion got him and Jasmine into this whole situation in the first place. So you would think the guy would learn not to lie, but they have him tell a lie again. I mean, obviously it's not as big, but it's pretty big. And they don't really even have him apologize. It's kind of like a light apology. And I just don't like how they had Jasmine just easily forgive him like that because of Iago and them pressuring her, basically. That's what it felt like to me. Maybe you guys could have interpreted that another way, but I still don't think Aladdin should have lied in the first place, unless there was a really good excuse, but there really wasn't. He had ample amount of time to tell Jasmine the truth, so that really bothered me, especially how essential of a role he had in the first movie. You would think he would learn his lesson. On to another point, there was no good songs in this movie, so it really did feel like a pain to watch. As you could tell from my other movies, songs are pretty important to me because most of these Disney movies are musicals, so they take up a good part of the movie. And if there's no good songs that add to the plot, and I'm just forced to watch it, then I'm not gonna like the movie as much, especially if they ruin the characters. But I don't know, maybe there was a couple like decent songs I feel like some people might like, but nothing to the level of like Friend Like Me, Prince Ali, and A Whole New World. Like those songs are just on a whole nother level. Not even close to nothing in this movie even touches that. Nothing in this movie touches the worst Aladdin song in the first movie, which is really sad. Alright, and kind of to my last main complaint is throughout the movie they have this line where throughout the movie and the last movie it's been established that genies can't kill. There's certain rules that they have to abide by. And in this movie they really just use this line saying, quote, "You'll be surprised what you can live through," end quote. So this is really their excuse to bring back Jafar and make him like really powerful because he's a supernatural being and stuff like that, and he can do all this stuff. But like, I really do feel like it is kind of a lame excuse because genies have so many restrictions, and they're just making him so powerful for some reason, and it makes it feel like more of a magic action movie, which I feel like the first one didn't even really feel like this because you have like two genies fighting against each other, just magic versus magic, and they're both restrained. So I feel like you can't really do that for a movie with so many like limitations genies have. It's mainly supposed to be just a side aspect of the movie. Like in the first movie, like they didn't even beat him with magic. Aladdin beat him by outsmarting him. So I feel like it's kind of lame how they beat him with magic mainly, or not even beat him with magic, but like making magic more of a centered theme of the plot, which I didn't like as much. I really felt like it should have been a side thing, like it was in Aladdin. Especially when you have that line, like you'd be surprised what you can live through, and he's dropping like meteors, which is obviously an exaggeration, but like if he's making like all these lava pits and stuff like that, I feel like that's kind of insane because you could definitely die from that, and it's really just a bad and lame excuse that lets Jafar be this all powerful being, even though he's a genie, so he just still had the same restrictions as any other genie like the first one did. So yeah, those are mainly my thoughts about this movie. As you can see, it's mostly negative. But yeah, overall, I would give this movie a 4 out of 10. Definitely the lowest score I have on this channel. Probably going to be the worst Disney movie. Maybe the third one will improve on from this, hopefully, or be less painfully during the watch. So, as I was making my review on Letterboxd, I did see a comment which I'll put an image of here, which definitely summarizes how I feel about this movie. Yeah, this movie was definitely something to live through, but some of these comments are really funny, so I think it made it worth watching this movie. And you know, like I said before, I'm just gonna forget it exists in like a week, so, and I'll definitely be rewatching the first one probably sometime. Wash that bad taste out of my mouth. And also, I hadn't mentioned the animation before. I should have probably brought this up earlier, but another comment made me realize that I wasn't bugging because there was a scene. I don't know. I was kind of tired, so I thought I might have been imagining it, but I'm playing it for you guys here.
Wait a minute.
So yeah, this is what the comment said, and yeah, after watching it a second time, you could definitely see he definitely missed the rock, and he was still able to climb up from it. I thought at first it was just like a frame skip or something, like they were just trying to be a little bit lazy with the animation, but no, after rewatching it, you can clearly see he misses the rock and still able to climb up onto it somehow, which really is just funny. It just adds on to how bad this movie is. But yes, with that 4 out of 10, I'm not even gonna bother dragging this up or down. You guys already know this is gonna be the worst movie on my list. It's not even close. All the stuff I was saying about Lion King 2, it makes it look like a masterpiece compared to this movie. It really is a shame they did Aladdin this dirty. But I think technically this was like the first sequel movies. So hopefully they'll learn from it since they kind of did from Lion King 2. So hopefully we'll get some better sequels. But yeah, really bad, funny movie. Definitely doesn't compare to the first one. Added nothing substantial to the original. We didn't need this at all, and did exactly everything would hate from a sequel. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video because it took me a minute to watch that. So I would appreciate if you drop a like and a sub for the pain and suffering I went through. But yeah, I hope you have a good one. And next week I will be doing the third movie, and we don't get Invincible and Born Again until like end of March. So expect more Disney movies for now. But if there's anything else you guys want me to watch or any movie you want me to prioritize from this Disney animated list, then just let me know in the comments and I'll watch that first. Cause I don't know what direction I'm going in after this. Cause Aladdin was one of my main concerns, and I got that out of the way. So let me know. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.